I've been going shooting for over 15 years now, and my range kit's evolved over time. This is what my kit looks like today. Here it is. Over on this side, I have a first aid kit. It's probably the most important thing on my kit, but the thing I've never personally used. Most of the gun ranges I shoot at will have a first aid kit on site, but when I'm outdoors, when I'm shooting in groups or with friends on private property, I always think about someone should have a first aid kit, and why not be me? This kit is primarily just a small boo-boo kit. The things I worry about the most, which are little things, cuts, scrapes, burned casings, things like that. I do wish I had a tourniquet on this kit. I keep one on my shooting belt, but having some extras would be really nice. Instead, inside this kit, I mostly have Band-Aids, burn gel, some gloves to deal with blood, things like that, wipes, some Bactine and polysporin to deal with cuts and scrapes, but nothing too serious. In this pocket here, I have all my tools. Yeah. I always like keeping a stapler in my kit. Most of the target return holders that you have at a gun range are made out of wood or cardboard, and it's nice to be able to just staple targets to it rather than use the little dinky binder clips they give you that always break. And obviously, for your stapler, you want staples. I also like to have tools in my kit. So all the screwdrivers, odds and ends for any of the screws on my gun, on my optics, things like that. And a little flashlight. I don't use this very often, but I find it's nice to have on site when you have, things you've dropped, you want to look down your gun a little bit more, you want to look for wear and tear, things like that. A flashlight is a solid addition to your kit. On this side, I have the things that actually help me shoot. I have mag loaders. I usually like to buy them in bright colors so nobody steals them, but discovered that everyone had the same idea, so now they get stolen anyways. And this is probably my most used piece of kit, a shot timer. It's actually a deceptively simple device. All it does is record how fast you're shooting. It sets a random tone up, gives you a little start signal. You work your gun from whatever position. I shoot mostly pistol, so out of my holster, onto target, shoot, and tells you how fast or slow you are. The reason I bought this is that I realized I'm very slow. So I'm working on building up speed, and it's a great tool to have. Dummy ammo is also a great tool to have on the range. It seems odd, but I like to have it as you get malfunctions in your gun, so you can run things through to make sure things are working. But more importantly, if I notice I'm flinching or my gun is not behaving the way I expect it to. Is it a me problem? Is it a gun problem? Easy way to diagnose. And then we go around here and we have my cleaning kit. Always pack some gloves for your cleaning kit so you're not handling chemicals, dirt, debris with your bare hands. I like to put my kit in a little Ziploc, in a little plastic baggie so I don't get any spills or leaks. But again, it's the same kit I always use. A couple brushes, some powder solvent, lubricating oil, pull-throughs, and some rags to get the inside of the barrel done. In the main pocket, I have my holster and my belt, all of the stuff that I like to shoot with. I do keep another first aid kit on my actual person, magazine holders, the actual holster for my gun, and we've got a little carrier for all my magazines. Everyone makes fun of me for how many magazines I actually bring with me to the range, but all it means is less loading. Then obviously, eye and ear protection. So some electronic hearing protection with in-ear as well. And then my safety glasses. I like yellow, mostly because they look cool, but they do help with a bit of indoor shooting, better light. I also keep a set of binoculars in my kit, and that way I can see what I'm shooting at without having to bring the target in. A lot of the gun ranges I shoot at have 50, sometimes 100 yards to work with, and rather than bring the target in and out and in and out, I just pull these out, take a look. Now you might ask, why don't I just buy a rangefinder? The secret answer to that is I'm cheap. These were like $100 on Amazon, and a rangefinder would cost a lot more. And Lastly, I keep all my paperwork that I need for my restricted firearms because you got to bring it with you to the range. So I condensed it all into a little folio here and bring it with me anytime I go shooting. I always look for a sturdy bag for my range kit, mostly because there's a lot of heavy stuff in there. I used to use duffel bags and just a regular gym bag because it was what I already had, and I found the bottoms would either break out or would just tear, and the buckles would break on me. And so I found this sturdy looking bag off Amazon for like $30 or $40, and it's lasted me for 6 months so far, so I hope it sticks around. But if it doesn't, the things I look for is a reinforced bottom and just structure in the shape of the bag so I don't have to like fiddle around all the time.